Welcome back, you beautiful brave hearts all over the world. And today's the day. Yep, that's right. Today is the day. It's the start of our Black Friday sale, but today's the day that I am actually unveiling, okay, a new product line, okay? It's not new to maybe other people, but it's actually going to be new to you and the rest of the people out there for sure. And guess what? We're going to be starting a new show called Quantum Health and Healing. And today I'm going to be bringing on Dan, and you're going to love Dan, okay? He's got a big heart, okay, and he's got a big family too. And the reality is he comes from the right place, okay? But before we bring him on, let me just say this. There's a war going on, okay? And, oh, and by the way, can you go find my Tesla glasses? Everyone. And there's a war going on with blue light. There's a war going on with 5G, okay? And it's coming for you. And it's already here. And people don't get it. And whether you want to believe this or not, that V thing, okay, the more they turn up the 5G and the more they power that, okay, the more trouble we're going to be seeing people have. They'll have turbo this and turbo that. And understand something, whether you believe this or not. I'm going to give you an example, and then you'll understand where I'm coming from, okay? All right? So let's talk about blue light poisoning. So I've got a big TV here. I got a big TV here. I got lights over here. I've got an iPad here. And everybody, just know this, that, let me just see here if they've got it right. No? Okay. Just know that if you're on Facebook, just know that if you're on Facebook, okay, or if you're on TikTok, or if you're on Instagram, or if you're on Rumble, or you're on Telegram, you can send your questions in for Dan, all right? And today, like I said, we're unveiling, okay, a new product line in the way of EMF, okay? But I want to just show you something. So like I just said, I got blue light all around me, right? Well, understand something. How about blue blockers, okay? So do blue blockers work? Well, yeah, they block some of the blue light. But the reality is blue light, if you don't know this, it actually means 12 noon light. And at 12 noon light, how long does it stay 12 noon? Well, how would you like 12 noon light? 4 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, okay? 12 hours a day. Well, guess what? It's called brain burn, okay? And understand something, whether you believe this or not, 5,000 teenagers are being diagnosed with cataracts, okay, every day now because of blue light poisoning. But it's not just that. It's also the EMF that they're getting, okay, from their phones, okay, from their computers, from their iPads, okay. It's never ending, never ending. Just go into a mall and guess what? Now you might have anywhere from 1,000 to actually 5,000 people in there, all with cell phones. How am I doing so far? And then every mall has 5G. Every airport has 5G. Every hospital has 5G. Oh my God, think about it. So the whole world is about harvesting humans. I know you don't believe that, or maybe you don't, but it's all about frequency. It's all about vibration, okay? And it's always been that. It's always been that. So anyways, they're looking for my Teslas because I'm not going to stay here for a whole show because I've been doing a lot of video because blue light burns your brain. Whether you believe it or not, 5G goes in and it actually destroys, or at least it causes mitochondrial dysfunction on every level, all right? So what we're going to do is some of you that follow me, you know that what I have is I've got which is called crystal protection, pennants. I'm wearing one right here, okay? And I have other things, but guess what? They've upped the game. They've upped the game. I'm still going to wear this, but understand something. I know that Dan has the most powerful EMF protection, okay? So we've got to bring it up another level. So that's why we're doing it. Dan, what do you think?
You hit a nail on the head. We are suffering from a major health crisis. Those cataracts and those 15,000 kids, think about what it's doing with the adults as well, who have been looking at a phone since 1998. Right? The level of 5G, blue light, everything is just over the top now. And we have to do something about it. And that's what we're doing. We're using light to mitigate the effects of that 5G and that blue light, all the radiation from electromagnetic fields that you're dealing with. Electromagnetism is the source of life, everything. I think you know that. You talk about it all the time. But not all forms of electromagnetism are equal, and not all are beneficial. Some are actually harmful. And that's what we're mitigating. That's what we're raising up the balance of the electromagnetism within the body to resonate and harmonize, and to be resonating at that life force, that beautiful bright light that we're all designed with and created with. And unfortunately today, we're being suppressed. Our energy is lower. I don't know if you know, sleep is down, quality of sleep is down. Everybody's talking about that. And why? Because we're inundated with light that is not natural. It's artificial, it's non-native, and we have to do something about it. And we've been doing something for a long time, and now we get to introduce it to you and your audience and your team of brave hearts who want that perfect day. They desire that, they're chasing that, they're going after that. And we are helping come alongside and support you at that foundational level, which is our light. We are beings of light. And so we're going to amplify that natural resonance that you have, that natural frequencies, which when you walk into a room, you're going to be beaming, you're going to be shining. We talk about those words. Wow. Look at them. They are so bright. Those aren't just phrases that just happen to come across our colloquialism or our language. That's what people used to do. We used to shine. We used to be bright. And that's what these products do. They amplify that light within you from the inside out. And with that comes healing. It comes wellness. It comes health. Because at the end of the day, if your cells aren't operating well, if they're not communicating well, if your mitochondria is affected and operating at a lower quality than it should be or designed to, we're going to run into issues. And those issues are going to have short-term and long-term consequences. I have a couple of slides that kind of go into that problem more for people, that to show them that this has been a problem not just in the last 5 years, although it's massively ramped up in the last 5 years. When you think about all the satellites that have been deployed, in the US alone, over 1 million 5G cell towers have been installed and set up just in the US alone. Think about Europe, Canada, Asia, Australia. Think about all these places, Africa, where they thrive off cell phones and they need that density. The number of towers is off the charts. So yeah, we're dealing with an epidemic.
And if I can say this, the more dense the population, like if you're in New York, or if you're in Toronto, or you're in Hong Kong, or you're in any major city, okay, you're going to have 5G satellites at you. You're going to have, it's about as big as bigger than a bread box on every corner, a 5G terminal. Understand something, everybody. You know, if you say, well, I live in this, everybody that lives in the city, you need to protect yourself. And you know what? Doctors aren't looking at this. And you know, you think your child has ADD, ADHD, okay? You think that you have anxiety. No, you don't. You are a light energy, electrical magnetic being that is being bombarded 24/7. Look at how many men refuse to turn off the Wi-Fi and put it on a timer every night, okay? And they just have to be so damn stubborn, and they don't realize that their children, their wife, okay, are not ever going to get into a REM sleep, ever get total rest, okay? You're being bombarded with radiation, and it's continual. I mean, goodbye family. You know what? You can't feel anything but irritated. You have to understand something. Until we create peace within ourselves, we will never have peace within our lives. And you got to understand that 5G is not 5G, it's a weapon of war. That's all it is, a weapon of war. And let's make this really clear, and then I'll get off my soapbox in a second. But understand, when we had 3G and 4G, it wasn't like 5G, and it's not 5G anymore, guys. It's 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10G, and you don't even know that. And they're just doing it. They get to do whatever the heck they want to do. And understand, when it went 5G, here's the deal. You have to have a 5G tower and be able to stand at this tower and see the next 5G tower. At least when we had 4G and 3G, the towers don't have to see each other. So you don't need so many towers. If there's a wall in the way, if there's a tree in the way, it blocks the 5G. And understand something, it did not do the damage that the 5G is doing. Understand, I've got a jungle all around me. Okay? And even though I have a jungle all around me, and guess what? If you go on my phone, I'm the only phone that has Wi-Fi on it. There's no other phone around me. But I still use these devices. I still use the Tesla glasses. I use the protection that Dan is talking about, will be talking about today. And I still have my crystal on. Understand something right now. That's real science. That other stuff that they just tried to scoop us on for the last 3 to 4 years, that wasn't science at all. That was BS. Dysfunctional belief system. What Dan's talking about is the real science. And whether you want to believe it or not, and I know he's not going to go on about it, but you need to get this. We are the harvest. They are harvesting our energy. There's an entity on this planet that gets off on draining you because you are a battery. Every cell has 0.04 volts. Now, how are you going to protect it? Well, Dan's going to teach us.
Yeah, that's right. And so I don't know if you can pull up the slides that I shared. If not, that's fine. But
which one's that one?
Start from the top. I'll see what it is. But those are the products right there. They're going to look different. They are very different, but we need different. The same products that worked 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, they don't match up for today. If you go back on that slideshow a little bit, you'll see that kind of reinforce what you're talking about, Doc, with the issue that we're facing, and we'll show why these products, how they're actually helping us. And we can show that if we can slide back.
Give me 1 second. Rafa, where are the other slides? Dan, I never got the other slides. I only have the personal product slides. Do you have the slides, Rafa? No, that's not it. You're talking about other slides, right, Dan?
Yeah, the same file that I sent over. I think he just pulled these out of that file.
You have a file with other slides. Thank you, Rafa. There's a file there with other slides.
So,
no, it's not. All right.
okay, so, but here's where I wanted to go with it, is that over the last 200 years, the amount of electromagnetic density of this non-native EMF has increased over 18 billion times more than it was originally, and more than it naturally is. So you said our cells 0.4 volts. Imagine the amount of disruption that happens as all these layers and sources from our cell phones, or the radar that's around us, the Wi-Fi, the smart meters, the smart appliances, each one of those is its own layer, and it all adds a voltage to the outer membrane of that cell, and that creates disruption. And when it causes disruption, it leads to dis-ease, disharmony, and dis-ease. Nature thrives in harmony when it's in balance. That's how it was designed. We were designed, to be in the garden, feet on the ground, on the soil, the fresh fruit coming from the trees. We were to be in and around, surrounded by nature, bathing in sunlight. Sunlight is a natural food. Our bodies need sunlight. We can get it either directly from the sun, or we can eat it by that lettuce or that food that has the sunlight built into it through photosynthesis, right? We can take that in. Either way, sunlight is a natural food for us, and it's really critical. But what do we do today? We spend all day inside. We wake up and we don't go outside and watch the sunrise. We wake up and go on our phones. We we make coffee, we cook breakfast. We never leave the indoors. If we do, it's for a minute or two. And yet what we're finding is just how critical it is to get into the sunlight. So there are other products out there that you're probably more familiar with that claim to do EMF protection, but they're not raising your body's resonance. They're not mitigating that. What we want to do, we want to enhance the natural balance of life, the natural energy that you have, so that you are stronger, you are healthier, and you can then go into different situations to be more resilient, whether it's stress or anxiety or illness. Maybe you think, oh, I'm more prone to being ill. It's just your body needs to be at a higher resonance. And that's what these plates support that. Because if I take this is called the 4-inch light tower here. If I take this, now they're stainless steel plates, but we use a process called plasmonics. And plasmonics allows us to alter the structure of the metal to change how it interacts with light. And when we do that, now that the light that comes off of the face of this is stronger, it's more balanced, it's actually non-polarized, which is exactly what the sunlight is. So the photons from the sun are non-polarized. That's what's coming off of these plates. And when it comes into you, you're balancing at a higher resonance now. That light is interacting with you, and your mitochondria respond to that environmental change. That is what's so powerful, is that we're not just blocking, we're actually raising the resilience of your mitochondria. And we show that through several studies that we've done to increase your energy production, your left-right balance, and the harmonization of every point in your body, whether it's the harmonizing against the EMFs, harmonizing against geopathic stress. We also show that the pituitary gland is harmonized, the pineal gland is harmonized, the thymus, the eyes, your chakras, your body's energy points, your cells, your gallbladder, your heart. We even see tinnitus being harmonized, hormone balance being harmonized. Because what you see now on the screen there is a good slide there. See, influenza and respiratory outbreaks follow the increase of electrodensity or modern technology that uses electricity. Think about that for a minute. If that's what's happening in our history, and it's expanding dramatically every month, with every month more satellites are being launched, with more 5G and internet being beamed down onto the planet. That's changing the atmosphere, altering the way that the sunlight's natural photons interact with plants and people and the water and the air.
And if I can say something, it's all about electrons. And these electrons are being robbed from you on a continual basis all day long when you are in blue light or you're in 3G, 4G, 5G, all of these telephone frequencies and all the other frequencies that are going on. And understand something, everyone. Don't be fooled by all the actors out there. Okay, how many people, 1.5 million Tesla cars were sold last year? Do you understand the EMF that comes off of that battery that you are sitting on? We're talking about prostate cancer, bladder problems. We're talking about impotence. We're talking about ovarian cysts. We're talking about ovarian cancer. We're talking about infertility. You know what? Nobody thinks about this stuff. And and please don't get me wrong, I'm not waging war anywhere. The reality is everybody's so Tesla now and Elon Musk. And understand something, he's putting the satellites up there. They're 5G, they're weapons of war. He's the one who created a Tesla car that's not a Tesla car. It's just a big battery that's putting off so much electromagnetic. Every one of these people are going to have problems. And they're going to go to their doctor, and their doctor's not going to know anything about this or even talk about this, because nothing can be targeted outside of big pharma. So where most doctors go, this is never going to get addressed. Dan, we have the pictures. Do you want to go through them one at a time, or how would you like to do it?
Absolutely. We can do that. Yep. That'd be great.
Let's go through. Let's get the first picture up, please.
Appreciate it. Yeah, what we're talking about is something that is fundamental to our health and our well-being. And so here we go, right here. Our present exposure to man-made microwaves, EMF, 1 million billion times stronger than our natural exposure. We're meant and designed to live in nature under that natural exposure, which is extremely healing. Those natural frequencies are very healing. But you can see, even from the 1700s, there was a growing amount of electrical and microwave exposure that's grown dramatically. So we can go to the next one. And this one,
Next
I think
slide,
you saw. This is the one that shows all these epidemics that have occurred after a major technological advancement or deployment. It's interesting they use the word deployment, somewhat like military deployment. But the Spanish flu in 1918, right after the radio towers were deployed around the world. And then we had right now, 5 years ago, right, 4 years ago with COVID, right after they were deploying the 5G and all those Starlink satellites. But he's not the only one. There's a people that have requested to deploy up to 1 million more satellites in the next 10 years. This is a major, major issue, and we can go into more on that on a later show.
And
so
if I can, Dan, can I say something, everyone? And
Yeah.
that's this. I already told you, the bigger the city, the more dense the city, the more satellites are going to be shooting there, because everybody's wanting to harvest your money. And that's what they're for, to harvest your money, harvest your health. And whether you believe that or not, it's the truth.
Well, Daryl, here's the deal. It's even bigger than just our health. It's also all our farmers. If you are raising food, if you're raising a dairy cow, or you have dairy cows, I had so many farmers call me up 2 years ago, all with the same problem. I could have finished their whole sentence for them, because what they noticed is their cows weren't producing the quality milk that they used to produce. They weren't getting pregnant like they were beforehand, and no one had an answer for that. They were getting sick more frequently.
Milk production has come down by 40% in most places because of this, guys. 40%. Right. And don't tell me the milk's not tainted.
That's right. Of course it is. It's irradiated now at a level it's unprecedented. But these are even farmers who are living major rural lives where you can't see a cell tower, you can't see a power line, and yet their cows were having the same problem as others. And why? Because the satellites overhead are affecting everybody, everywhere. There's not a spot on planet Earth today that isn't covered by those satellites. And it's terrible. It's terrible if we didn't have a solution. And that's what we have here. So these plates, using plasmonics, which is used in biotech for diabetic needles, they alter the metal of that needle to slow the timing of the blood cauterizing so they get a good blood sugar level. That same technology is used in semiconductors in the computer world. It's also used with satellites to increase the amount of photonic energy that those solar panels up in space they collect to power those satellites. It's used everywhere. We just don't know about it. It's a very limited, people don't understand how much plasmonics is used, but we've taken that same technology and applied it to these plates to enhance the structure of natural sunlight or of any natural photon. And now that those natural photons are structured, they actually interact with your electrons and amplify their function. That connection between the photon and the electron is critical. And we know about biophotons, right? You know about biophotons. Maybe you can even talk about that. I have a slide that shows what a biophoton is. The structure of that biophoton is not always beautiful. Sometimes it's disoriented or off balance. It's one of the blue slides there with 12 different pictures, but look it up. This is something to research. We all produce energy, don't we? Points of light Our mitochondria produce light. They produce energy. But what quality light are you producing? And that's what these can enhance. They do it because when you have this light coming off of these plates interacting with you, your energy increases. So you can do it either with a light tower. That's one of these guys. Those light towers can fit right inside of a stand like this. And now this stand has another little technology underneath that expands the function of it. I can take my glass of water. I'll show you what I do. And I set that water right there. Water has memory. It's now taking on the frequency from those plates, the biophotonic frequencies of those plates being embedded into that water, structuring that water. It's enhancing that water. You can measure that. You can also image it. When you freeze water that's been treated with our plates versus water that's straight from the tap, their structures are very different. You can see it. And now you can drink that water, and that's going to be energetic water for you. You can also put food on there. This is extremely versatile. It's a great product to have in your kitchen. Because everything you want to do is raise your energy. And so all your food, all your water, coffee, tea, whatever you have in the morning to drink, put it right up here.
Okay, so can you explain it more? Is there just one little opening where you put the plate in?
Yep, that's right. So
okay.
You can see that, right? This is the tray. This tray comes off. See, a lot of times people, what they'll do is they'll take the 5-inch light tower, put it in a leather sleeve like this, and then they can put it in their pocket. They can carry it. It even comes with a little carry bag that you can carry over your shoulder. So you can carry that with you whenever you leave the house. But when you come back home, you're just going to put it right here, and it creates a nice place for that to stand. Now that's going to cover your whole house. The 5-inch light tower actually will create a field that goes out about 1.5 acres.
Really? That's amazing. 1.5 acres. And if I can say this, Jeannie's asking, Jeannie, yes, what we're going to do is we want to give everybody enough time to go to the Doc of Detox store or go to store.docofdetox.com. Check out the information. And what we're going to do is, yes, it is part of Black Friday. On the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, we will have this product in the Black Friday sale. Okay? Well, it'll have its own sale. 2nd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. All right? We want to give people enough, and it will be on sale. We want to give people enough time to do their own research. I don't want people to just jump and buy. I want you to really understand, and that's why we're going to do a show every week for the 3 weeks prior. And then on the 2nd will be our 4th show to give people enough information, okay, that you really feel like your money's going in the right place. Dan?
Absolutely. That's my heart too. Daryl, I want you to know that what you're putting your money into is a tool that's going to benefit you and bring you the wellness you're looking for. The other thing we have are these like a pocket pendant. Let me show you how this works. So you're going to open it up. It's going to have some instructions in there for you. It's also going to have a little carry pouch, little something to protect it. But you got this plate. It's a 2.5-inch plate, single plate, versus the light towers have multiple plates. So it's more gentle. But then you can take and you can put it in this leather sleeve and actually put it around your neck and wear it around your neck or as a necklace, just like the essential pendant. The essential pendant is here, comes in the green box there, but these are gentle and mild. The pocket pendant is stronger. The devices all get stronger with the more surface area that's reflecting. Think of a mirror.
Do I need to put it in the leather pouch, or can I just wear it, or that needs to go in there?
No, you can take it out. You can use it just like this.
But to wear it, if I wanted to wear it around my neck and under my shirt or something, does it have to be in the leather pouch?
Well, that's just the design we have for the necklace, is the leather pouch. And then I meant to put the cord in there to show you, but you got a nylon cord to go around for your necklace. But you could also, like, I could just put it in my pocket, here, like this.
And I could put a different cord on it or chain, couldn't I?
That's right. Yes.
Okay.
You
All
can. We want it to be a natural material, nothing that would have a magnetic field. Interestingly enough, if these are and it's important to know, because these plates are resonating, they're vibrating at a very specific orientation. That's part of what we do with the plasmonics and that treatment, is that we get these plates to be resonating and vibrating in a very specific way. If you take a magnetic field, like just a kitchen magnet or your phone or something, and put it right next to these plates, it changes the way the plates vibrate or resonate just enough to mute their effectiveness. So they're not going to have the same effect as they would otherwise. So keeping
How
this
far away,
out,
how far away should I have my phone?
your phone's going to be a few inches.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, what I do with my phone is, let's just say this is a phone, this is a battery pack. But let's just say this is your phone. You can actually, this is a really, really useful tool. So, and I can do it on the tower also, but I can take this plate and I can treat this phone. I can harmonize this phone, just holding it about this far apart, I can move it up and down. And some people, you're going to feel this. Those of you who are more sensitive, you will feel a difference almost immediately. It's really powerful, powerful for you. Very effective. So you're going to move it back and forth about 30 seconds, and you're going to harmonize this. Okay? It's going to hold for about 1 to 2 weeks, depending on how you use your phone, how often it's plugged in. Once you plug it back in, you're going to get all that AC electricity going back into the phone, and that's going to work to disharmonize the phone. So what do? Once a week, come back here, paint, just what I call paint your phone. Back and forth just like this, okay?
Okay, but if I plug my phone in, then I have to do it again? I lose that?
I do it once a week.
Oh, so it doesn't matter if
daily.
I re-plug in my phone, it's not going to wipe that out. So I
Not
just
that
have to
fast.
harmonize it once a week.
Yeah. Yep. That's what we do. Once a week. And I've had a lot of people who, I don't know about you, but if you hold your phone, does your whole hand get hot or tingly, or you feel that, right? So I've had a lot of people test this for me, and they say it's about 1 to 2 weeks, depending on if they're using their phone at night. You know, you should never have your phone in your bedroom, but some people do. They use it as an alarm clock. Well, if it's on all night, then you're going to be more closer to 1 week where you need to retreat it. If you're not using it at night and it's down in the other room and it's off, then it's probably going to last 2 weeks. Now, if you buy the light tower with the stand, you can also take your phone and you just put it right there. A lot easier, straightforward. Leave it there for about 30 seconds to a minute. It's good to go, pick it up, and now you can use it again.
Oh, wow. Well, I'd rather do that. And I'm sure most people would rather do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are tools, Daryl. These things work. They're very versatile. And there's a lot of applications, a lot of ways to use them. And as a community, we're going to build up a whole database of ways that you're going to be using these. We're going to teach you and show you a lot, but then I know you're going to be taking it even further than that.
Well, the more the people use it, we usually do. And also, just know this, we will be having Dan come on a Q&A. We have a Monday night Q&A, everyone. And in that Monday night Q&A, I'll be going through it here. We're doing one tonight. But in that Monday night Q&A, we call it the practitioner-patient Q&A. We invite all practitioners, no matter who you are, all patients. And we're going to be having Dan come on in the next week or so. I don't know. Dan, how about next Monday night? Would you be available?
Absolutely. Yep.
So next Monday night at 6 Eastern Standard Time, we'll have Dan on a Zoom call to answer questions, okay? So just so you know. And I mean, because it's going to take a little bit for the word to get out, and I want everybody to do their research, okay? It's really important that you do your own research, and even, you know, not just on our website, but, you know, really do some studying about things to make sure that your money's going in the right place. Dan, can you do me a favor? Somebody's asking, can you please explain the uniqueness, which you did already, but if you can go a little slower and explain why your product's unique, but go slower and see if we can explain it, okay?
Sure.
And if you could do me a favor and show the pennant and just let's work our way up slowly and go through all the product line as well, okay?
Yeah, you bet. Yeah,
Okay.
you bet. And this is a good question that we're probably going to answer on each show, right? Because there's as you gain new information or you're made aware of something new, you get new questions. And so we're going to be answering those questions, and I love answering questions.
And this would be amazing for pregnant mothers to lay that right on your belly, okay? And even put it there when you go to sleep at night. There you go. There's the pennant. Let's get a close up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know it's a little blurry. Sorry, that's my camera.
That's okay. And now for the pennant, you're saying everything must be natural. It cannot be, just name a few things that we wouldn't put the pennant on to wear around our neck, please.
Well, there's like a nickel coated necklace, like something that's like, yeah, anything that's nickel coated. But if you have leather or hemp or nylon, gold, silver, brass, those are all just going to be perfect.
Okay, that's really important for people to understand, okay?
Yep. And all the necklaces, all the pendants come with a nylon cord as well as a stainless steel chain.
Okay.
So you can choose which one you want to start with right there.
Okay.
Here's what makes these different. We are using photonic energy to create EMF mitigation and bioconditioning product. This bioconditioning product is going to infuse structured light into you versus
Okay, when you say bioconditioning,
yeah.
What you're talking about is alignment and coherent, creating coherent frequencies with inside the cell, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Within inside the cell, and harmonizing it, getting us back to a state of harmony across our body, up, left, right, top, down.
Because dis-ease is out of alignment, out of harmony, and that's it. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah. And we're using light to do that. So in some ways you could use some of these stronger products as a light therapy device, but we're not stimulating the body, we're balancing the body.
Okay, so why do you say it's a light device? Please explain that to people. They're not going to get it. You know, if we just say that, they're going to think it has a light.
Yeah. We're reflecting light off of the surface of these plates. And it's in the process of how we engineer this metal that makes it powerful, makes it what it is. So this isn't just stainless steel that you go buy from a hardware store. This is mirror-backed stainless steel that is unique to our process, unique to our approach. And when we take it through our engineering manufacturing facility, we're actually restructuring that metal into a metal that's all new, unique to itself. And we've been doing this since the 1990s. So this isn't a new product, but its time has come, if that makes sense. It's been something that's been helping people and farmers for a few decades, but its time has come to where now everyone knows that we need something more to enhance the quality of our life. So,
well, it's like every conspiracy, it's a lie until it's true. And right now, the average person knows that there's something going on.
Yeah, that's right. And so what's also going on is that the normal kind of EMF products that are minerals or natural materials, I'll say crystal or orgonite or others, are effective to a degree, but your body's going to naturally adapt to those frequencies. If it's a consistent frequency that's being emitted by something that's plugged into the wall, it's going to maybe have an effect for a period of time, but your body's going to adapt to that and it won't have a long-term effect. Same with a natural material, whether it's a crystal or orgonite or a mineral, maybe effective for a period of time if that's what your body needed at that time. But our bodies are so good at using what it's been given that in a day, a week, a month, it's not going to need the same frequency from those minerals or crystals that it needed when you first got it. However, if we're using light, and these are resonant photonic harmonics, this is a full spectrum light that is enhanced and structured. What we're doing
Do we have to have light? What if it's dark? Do we have to have light for it to be activated?
So the amount of light that's needed is very minimal. And I almost always wear, I took it off as I was showing you, I almost always wear this under my shirt against my skin. And the reason is our bodies produce light. We
That's
produce
right.
that weak emission biophoton. And that's
our fingertips, everything. Everything produces light. We are light.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's enough UV light and infrared light coming in through our windows and our walls, even at nighttime. When we think it's dark, from a photonic perspective, it's super bright.
Got it. Now there's real science. Got it.
Yeah, that's right. So that amount of light that hits these plates, it doesn't take very much because it's going to activate every one of those photons. And that then is going to go on a direct beam out of the face of these plates. And that's a really important factor too, is that recognize, different. Yep.
So the light we can't see but is really happening is actually going in and activating. And you said earlier exactly what it is, the needles, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Can you explain that?
You mean the needles, like what?
Well, just how this is made that it can do that.
Well, yeah, it's so the plasmonics go deeper. If we go look at the quantum science or quantum mechanics of it,
yes,
the metal, all metals have surface plasmons. These plasmons are vibrating, and this is where Nikola Tesla talked about, if you want to understand the universe, think in terms of frequency, energy, and vibration. Everything is vibrating. Everything's energetic and has frequency. And that frequency is in here now. We've got surface plasmons. Those plasmons are vibrating. And in between these surface plasmons, we have what's called a free electron space. It's where electrons are moving and everything's positive and negative. And they all want to be balanced. What plasmonics has allowed us to do is within the free electron space, embed harmonics of light into that free electron space. This is at the very quantum level of this metal. And they get locked in there. So when it goes through the plasma chamber, it gets deneutralized in some ways, or denatured, I'm sorry, not neutralized, denatured. While we embed those resonant harmonics into that free electron space, when it comes out of that plasma chamber, it's now locked in there. And now this stainless steel isn't just emitting a wavelength of silver, that nanometer wavelength that's color.
Right.
It's actually the entire spectrum that's been baked in there. And so now those harmonics are reflecting off as well. Our eyes don't see them, but we experience them, we feel them. And in that as well, the entire electromagnetic spectrum is also reflecting off of all the metals that you have in your house. Everything that has the metal, it reflects the entire spectrum. What we've done is we've harmonized all that at the quantum level of this metal. And now you're that energy, that quantum energy is what's getting infused into your body, into a plant, into the phone, if you're treating your phone, if you're treating the computer screen, because you get eye strain, right? If you don't have one of those Tesla glasses, then you're getting eye strain. And this is going to help harmonize that computer monitor to change the structure of that light to harmonize it and how it interacts with your retina.
I've got Sally. Sally asks, how long does it last? How long? Not
the products,
not the cleaning of the screen, but how long do these devices last?
These products, because we're changing the quantum structure of the metal, they're lifelong. That structure isn't going to change.
Got it. That's wonderful.
Yep. And that's what we want to build. We want to build tools that are actually going to have longevity to support your longevity. What we want to do is we want to keep them clean. Treat them like a mirror. They're mirror backed. They want to be bright. Like, just like if your mirror in your bathroom got you got smudges on it, you're going to clean that off. You're going to wash that. You're going to want to clean these too. And there's clear instructions on how to clean these as well in the product. And we can go into that on this show or others, but we want to be very clear. We always wash or wipe from the bottom towards the top. Now, you'll see on these light towers, there's that indicator line. You can kind of see that indicator line. That means there's an orientation to these. This is where it goes even deeper into your meridians and your acupuncture points, how your body energy flows. But I call that this is the north side where that indicator line is, north and south. When we clean it, we're going to clean from the south towards the north, right towards that indicator line. Now, when I'm using it on my body, I want to map it to my body's energy flow. The good way to do that is at the heart level or above, I take that indicator line and I face it towards my head. So it's facing up. If it's below my heart, I'm going to face it down, because in general, that's how the body's energy flows. However, what's better is to look at a map of your electromagnetic flow and realize that you have energy that on your left hand is going out this way and it's coming back in this way. And so I can actually take these plates and I'll align that indicator line with the flow. So it's pointing now towards my hand, but then I'll flip it around if I have it underneath my arm and I have it back towards me this way. Same with your legs, your torso. There's different maps, and that's going to be
how close do you come to the skin?
You can have it touch the skin.
Okay.
Yep. Or you can have this one be a few inches away.
Okay.
It could even be a few feet away. These are stronger that way. Now the necklace, that's a good question, because the necklace is gentle enough to where you really want that up against the skin, or maybe just a thin little cotton shirt in between this and your skin. The pocket pendant, what we can do is you can take one of our sweatbands here. It has a zipper that you can put that pocket pendant in, and then you can take and you can put it on your wrist like this. And you could have it there. It's hands-free. It's functional. So if you don't like to wear something over your neck, then you can do this. You can also put it on your ankle. Again, those are some pretty important acupuncture points or areas of the meridians that can help your energy and increase the energy flow. What we see is that you're going to increase a blood oxygen saturation. You're going to notice your heart rate variability will improve. Your resting heart rate will improve. These are things that we've seen over and over occur. And your respiratory rate, as well as your sleep quality. These are things that get reported to us all the time, as well as if you have a one of those devices that measures your biomarkers, you're going to notice those biomarkers improving. And if your biomarkers are improving, that's what matters to me.
What do you have for stories? Pets, children, adults?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We were at a conference, and this owner walked up with a little beagle, a little dog, right? Puppy, beautiful dog, but really uneasy, twitching a lot, just not calm, not at peace at all. And I took the necklace, I took the pendant. I said, "Hey, put this over that dog." The dog didn't sleep hardly at all, wasn't eating very well, but just anxious. I just said, "Hey, put this over the dog." It went over his neck. The next morning, the owner came back and said, "You won't believe what happened last night." Their dog slept 12 hours straight, woke up, gave a big stretch, calm, relaxed. And we saw it when it was walking in, totally different dog. Even the energy about the dog was different. You could see it in his eyes. It was relaxed. It was calm. We see that a lot with pets. We also see, we've done live blood analysis with dogs. And we see that rouleau changing in 10 minutes or less, going from sticky blood to nice structured red blood cells, evenly spaced. Even you could talk about like the fourth phase of water, or that fourth phase, that easy water around the blood, that crystal structure improving. So pets love this stuff. Usually we see the cats sleeping on top of the devices. They might get up onto the stand and sleep on it. Dogs like to sleep next to it, and it is something you can put right next to where they sleep. We had a family who had a 7-month-old, very natural, healthy family, ate really well, took good care of themselves. They were farmers, and so they're always outside. I mean, they were living a very clean life, but their 7-month-old was very colicky. And so they got the pocket pendant. They purchased the pocket pendant, and they actually did place it right underneath where the baby slept, right on the mattress next to the baby, and the colic went away. Baby slept through the night, and they were just blown away. And it was the same night, really, just blown away with how quick it happened, but how easy it was. And they could just tell the baby was just more comfortable, right? And so then the stories are so encouraging. One of the best stories that I had was a lady who was extremely sick. 14 years ago, she had been exposed to terrible exposure to mold, and she'd spent 14 years trying everything she could to get rid of her chronic systemic mold, chemical sensitivity, and EMF sensitivity. Her life was miserable. She'd have to spend 45 minutes a day on each side of each ear with hydrogen peroxide to keep the mold at bay. Difficult life. Well, she had been using other EMF products, and they were doing as best as they could. She spent 2 hours with our 4-inch light tower. Okay, and she had it just in a pouch like this. 2 hours just sitting with it over her stomach like this, and she at the end of those 2 hours had more energy than when she.
Todd, stop it! You're going on the private one. I said the staff.
Okay, so what she noticed is that she had just spent 2 days in town, and really was expecting to be completely wiped out and spend the next week struggling with her health, being laid up, not being able to even garden. But what happened is after that 2-hour conference, she actually had more energy, and she was around people with cell phones. She had more energy than when she came in. She ended up buying the 7-inch light tower, which is this large one over here. This 7-inch light tower is large. I think of it as more of a clinical grade, just because it's very effective. What it did for her was dramatic. Within 2 weeks, her life was completely turned around. Prior to this, she had always had to wear protective clothing whenever she went outside, whenever she went to town. Almost a full, she had to cover her whole face, her head, full clothing. There were friends of hers that had never really seen her without the protective clothing. Within 2 weeks, she could go into town without protective clothing. All she did was she wore that in a runner's bag over her chest.
She wore the big tower?
She wore the big tower because it gave her that.
I think the more emotionally damaged you are, and the more physically ill you are, you need that, because you've got to you got to bring on the thunder to bring your
Yeah.
vibration up high enough to even protect yourself.
That's right.
And that
Yeah.
is where the majority of the population has already gone. They're going there now. They're
Right.
going down.
Yeah, and so the typical EMF product isn't going to be strong enough to do that. That's a huge difference in ours. And that's why we work about bioconditioning and EMF protection, but it's really about getting your body's resilience up strong enough to get over the hump and get to where you can start healing.
And this isn't diagnosing everyone, but I want
course
to know okay, the next show that we do, what I'd like to do is I would like to go through examples of what certain type of people in certain situations you found was effective for them. And and what about the size of your house or your car? Or I want to get into this stuff more. The areas that, and what it is that people need. You understand?
Absolutely. Yeah, that'll be a great show. There's so many ways to think about it. And as we do that, we're going to get a model in our mind around the fact that this is light, and light will affect everything. So it's a big solution to a big problem. Farmers are loving this too, because their dairy cows, their beef cattle, their crop production, they're all benefiting from the same big solution. That's what this is. This is called a geofield conditioner. It's four of those.
What would the geo one be used for? Like a barn or a school?
Yeah, it'll cover. I love it in an office building, a clinic, wherever you're helping people, wherever you're, a large area where you have a lot of technology going, is that geofield is going to work great. What's beautiful is how it works on farms, anything agriculture, homesteads, gardens, permaculture. Our good friend Jim Gale, who has, he's got food forest abundance there. Beautiful how 2.5 years ago, he just started on that property. You'll see him on this channel. He's on this a lot. 2.5 years ago, he didn't really have much going on that food forest. He just moved in. We got our unit on our geofield there, and it's been a big part of why that abundance has happened on his food forest. You've been there a lot, Daryl. You know
Yes,
what it
I
looks
have.
like. Definitely not the only thing. Again, we're not the only thing. We're a part of your solution, but we are a big, big part. And that's what I love to be able to say. I have enough experience with it now that I can be confident with that. I'm very humble with, I'm very grateful to be able to share this with you and your people and this whole community, because we need it. But it's making a huge difference. A difference when other things aren't doing it. And that's what I love.
You said its time has come.
That's
and
right.
its time has come. And I think that people are going to find that out. You can keep on running to your medical doctor, but you better go to your light doctor.
That's it. Yeah, that's right. It's all about light. It's all about mitochondria and electrons. That's what we need. We need more of that. And that's what these help support and enhance. And so we can get into that more and more. But get started right away. Our health, what's more important than our health, right?
Yeah.
And that's what we're helping. That's what we're supporting.
So just know this, everyone. We'll be doing a show, a show next week, next Monday. And then also Dan will be on Monday night as well on my Zoom meeting. It's called Patient Practitioner Q&A. Everyone is welcomed. And we'll be sending that link out to everyone. So we will have it on the show for everybody, or I'll have it on I'll show you the link, everyone. And if you have trouble writing the link or getting on, then guess what? You can call my office and they'll send you the link if you want, to your phone or to your computer. Please don't hesitate. Just call my office, and then we'll be using that link every Monday to do practitioner-patient live Q&As for everybody. Dan, what would you like to leave everybody with?
Hey, this is all about having your perfect day. Daryl, you talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
And what more can you do to enhance that quality of your life than enhance the quality of the light that's coming in, whether it's through your eyes, through your soul, through your mind, right? We want to increase that resonance and that resilience to what is coming at us from what we eat, what we breathe, what we drink. And that's what this is all about. It's all about helping you be as bright and as strong as you can be. That's why we're here. That's why we're working together now to share this with you. We love you, we care about you, and then we want the best for you. And that's what these products are going to help support. So it's more than just a product, right? It's not about the product, it's about you. It's about serving you and helping all of us stay free and clear from the onslaught that's coming at, because we don't need to be affected by that anymore. We don't need to be a victim. We can overcome all that. We can be strong and healthy and vibrant. And that's what we're all about. And I really appreciate the opportunity to be here today and look forward to being with you next week and in the future.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dan. So just know this, everybody, okay? We'll be doing the show. We'll be doing a show every week. And then on the 2nd, we'll be doing a show. And then we'll be having Dan's products go on sale for the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and 6th. And listen, the reason why I'm doing it is because I want everyone to wait. I want to make sure that you do your homework. I want you to make sure that you come on and question Dan, whether it's next week's show or whether it's coming on the patient practitioner Q&A next Monday night at 6 Eastern Standard Time, or you come on the show next Monday, okay? All right? So understand this. We want you to make a logical and also an intelligent decision to show you this is a new, okay, it's not a new technology, but it's a new technology for most. It's actually, I have to work around the curve as well, okay? Because this is new for me as well, but I knew about Dan's products, what? About a little over a year ago, Dan?
Yeah, that's right.
About that?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So just know, Dan and I have been working together, and I'm not going to jump on anything. I took a year to do it. So do your homework, and we're 4 weeks away, and then you can take advantage of Dan's mini Black Friday. How's that? Okay. What do you think, Dan?
I love it. Let's do it.
Hey, Dan, thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate you coming on the show. And Dan is going to be on with me for 4 shows, and then he's going to bring on people that live in the quantum world, okay, that know way more than I do. And he's going to have some really great shows going. And so stay tuned, okay, everyone? Thank you, Dan. God bless you, my friend.
God bless you too. Thank you very much.
Have a great night. Well, everyone, there you go. So you can take a look behind me. I'm telling you, I had to take a year to do it because, look at, we do the crystal energy. We've got that. But I told you, they've ramped it up too much. They're coming at us with everything from the blue light to the 5G. I mean, how many people have cell phones, okay, to the dirty electricity, to the smart this, the smart that, which is not that smart, let me tell you, okay? But we've got to be smart. And I've got to make the right moves, okay? All right? Because I'm going to tell you something. It's hard to fight something you can't see. It's like a ghost, all right? And understand something. Nutraceuticals don't do well with that, okay? They don't. They can help. They can bring the vibration up. But remember something. To fight the invisible, you need the invisible, okay? That's how it works, all right, everyone? Okay, so quantum energy healing. Make sure you join us next Monday, okay, at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and then Dan will be on at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on a private Zoom, okay? All right? And remember something, electromagnetism is in life, it's all around us, and it's called creating balance right down to the cellular level. Everybody, I'm creating a show called The Greatest Show on Earth, and it will have at least 30 to 40 of the top specialists around the world that have been kicked off all other platforms. They're going to be coming on bhnapp.com. Check it out, okay? And they'll be coming on at least once a month to twice a month, bringing you up to date on all the evolutionary changes and what they're doing to help the world to become a new world, a better world. The world's not ending. It's going to get better. Trust me. We're waking up. People are finding their roar. We're waking up, everyone. I know sometimes it looks doom and gloom, and understand it's going to be doom and gloom for the people that do not understand that they've been programmed, okay, to hurt themselves. But when you're awake, you're awake. You can have a beautiful life on this planet. I'm telling you, I have a beautiful life, and I want to share it with you. Dan has one. Everybody's coming together, and they are a piece of the puzzle, okay? My next Heal Yourself, Heal Your Family will be on Wednesday, December the 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's free, everybody. I'll be on for 3 hours just answering questions, building protocols for people with different symptoms, different conditions, okay? But there are no diseases. We're just out of alignment. You understand? But we will build you different protocols on an emotional, physical, nutritional level. And then on January the 4th, I come on with Rock with the Doc, and I'll be on for 4 to 5 hours, just answering questions, just giving mini consultations. I'll spend as much time as you need, okay? All right? And then, like I said, our sale is up to 50% off, and it started today, actually. And our fulfillment centers are in United States, Canada, and Australia, but we ship all over the world, all right? Again, check out our BHN Power Pack shows, and we're going to show you that if you take massive personal action and you allow us to bring the thunder down, we'll reverse the irreversible. And that's the truth. You know, isn't it kind of funny that natural health practitioners get poo-pooed on, but guess what? We get everybody after the medical system is done with them. Think about that, okay? And check out our DoD 5-star healing and training, and go to DoD5star.com. And this is our training center. And this is also DoD 5-star, where people come to heal, they come to stay, they come to play, they come to get trained. Okay, go to DoD5star.com if you want more information. And just know this, everyone, Dr. Sage Wolf will fly anywhere around the world to teach a family or to teach you in clinic. If you want to learn how to do Wolf non-surgical for your family and become your own practitioner, it's the most powerful body work, I promise you that. Or if you want to be certified, give us a call and he will fly to you. All right? These are where all the courses are. Extapa is January 29th, Whole Life Coach, Wolf non-surgical then, and then pelvic restoration. Okay, and then Calgary, and then Extapa again in Calgary in March 19th, Extapa April the 16th, and then Stewart, Florida is May the 14th, and then Extapa again October the 1st. These are the prices for the courses. And Dr. Sage Wolf will be in Calgary for 10 days doing Wolf non-surgical, full body thermography, heavy metal testing, consultations, and he'll be using a cell sonic regeneration there, okay? So call Lorraine at 403-605-9216. He'll be there for 10 days from the November the 18th to the 29th. And then Stewart, Florida, he'll be doing the same thing January the 5th to January the 15th. Please call Debbie at 305-342-9559, and she will book you in if you would like to have any of these therapies. There's BHN app. This is where the greatest show on earth will be there. We even have what's called the perfect match on there, where you were looking for a spirit partner. Or if you want to create a perfect day and you want to track yourself. There's so many different things, and we're actually going to be doing a big training on the BHN app. Okay, and that's going to be coming, and I'll let you know when. Okay, and our practitioner-patient live Q&A, it started already, and I'm going to actually have to go there right now. This is the meeting ID, okay? There's the Zoom link, and it started 15 minutes ago. All right, the Ultimate Healing Guide, that'll be on sale for the perfect day as well, and that's a 560-page patient to practitioner manual. That's right. If you want to become your own practitioner, if you want to become the healer you've been looking for, that's the guide you want to get. You can download it for free at bhnapp.com or pay $95 delivered to your door, and this is it right here. It is a big manual. It's got a lot of stuff in it. It's everything I've learned in the last 43 years. Self-care is the only health care. I want to thank you for joining me. Self-love is the only love, okay? I only have one rule, unconditional love for all human beings, okay? 3, 2, 1, we got this, Bravehearts. Have a beautiful night, and God bless everyone.